So, I played Trails to Azure, the PS4 version, on my PS5. Just want to talk about it like I did with Trails from Zero. Keep in mind, I'm not a true reviewer, so this isn't going to be a proper, well put together review. Cool? Cool. Alright, let's start at the very beginning of the game. The prologue starts you off running. It takes place months after the end of Zero, so yeah, if you're new to Trails, I suggest you don't start here. But hey, if you want to, who am I to stop you? You pretty much clean up the part of the story with the D therefore G cult and arrest Ernest, and then the game slows down a bit. Characters are reintroduced and you go around the town seeing what everyone has been up to. This is where we learn that the main cast has grown in size. New to the Triple S is Noelle Seeker, who was a character that appeared in Zero, but now she has more of a presence. Love the relationship between her and her sister, Fran, adorable. Then there is Wazi Hemisphere. Again, he did show up in Zero as one of the leaders of the gangs in the downtown district, but overall he wasn't part of the main cast. Until this game. At first, I wasn't that big of a fan. I was like, hey, where's the main cast? But after playing with them and seeing how they talk, how they act, how they react, their backstory, yeah, they grew on me. So much so that Noelle was up there when it came to choosing someone for the final bonding event. Speaking of final bonding events, my boy Wazi has pretty much his whole backstory locked behind his. The game did hint that there was something to him, but never truly showed you until the end of the game / his final bonding event. I believe Risha also had some story in her final bonding event, and as well as Randy, so yeah, that was cool. Speaking of Randy, well actually hold on, let me just say, the other characters, Ellie, Tio, the Chief, Dudley, Adios, are all still here, and they're all solid. Lloyd is still the MC in this game, and he goes from being a good boy detective to a drug-dealing gangster. I'm kidding, but he does go to prison. Now back to Randy. The character takes a major spotlight in the game along with a few others. The Red Constellation is a group of Jaegers that come to Crossbow to protect Osborne when the West Zemurian Conference takes place, which, gotta say, is a highlight of the game. Randy, when he was younger, belonged to that group, so when his uncle and his cousin showed up, he instantly gets defensive and suspicious of them. Everything that happened between the Red Constellation and Randy and the Triple S is just, good stuff. The other character that takes a spotlight towards the second half-ish is Kia, the unexpected child the Triple S adopted. I said it in the first game, she was going to do more / be more in Azure, and yeah, I was right, but I didn't expect her to end up being, well, that. I was very much shocked when they told the player that she, well, spoilers for the next 10 seconds, essentially rewrote the past to make it that the Triple S never died in the battle against Joachim Gunter, the final battle in Zero. That was wild. The music is still great as well. Honestly, the music in the games I have played are all pretty good. The battle system is similar to Zero, but with a few upgrades. They introduced the Master Quartz function, which I already knew about from Cold Steel. There's also the Burst function, which I also knew about from Cold Steel, except over there they called it Overdrive. The pacing of the game isn't bad either. Like I said, starts off running, then slows down to a walk, but gradually it begins to jog, and finally, it sprints like crazy near the end. But yeah, the game overall is a solid sequel to Zero. Great music, great story, though, let's be honest, what is that finale? It's so damn long, it's a whole other game. Also, there is a beach episode, so instantly a great game. Also, Arya and Hood and the final boss can go screw themselves. I've been trying to think of some things I don't like about it, and honestly, can't really think of one. If I'm being nitpicky, I guess some could say that there is sometimes too much dialogue, but I mean, it's not that big of a deal. Also, maybe, I guess, towards the end, it becomes very celestial, very grand, very oh shit, what is going on? But aside from that, I did enjoy the game. The characters in this game are a strong point. What I have noticed between playing the Crossbow duology and Cold Steel 1 and 2 is that there isn't really a bad character. I think most characters that are part of the main cast or supporting cast are fine. I'm not saying every single character is fantastic, no. I'm saying there are characters that I really like and then other characters that I like less. For example, Randy and Teal were characters that I really liked in Zero, and in Azure, I still do, especially Randy. Now, Ellie didn't like her as much as those two, but that doesn't mean she's a bad character. I'm not saying I hate her or she isn't well written, I just like Tio and Randy more. Hope that makes sense. So yeah, I have now finished the Crossbow duology. And if I have to give Azure a score, not that it matters, just my opinion, I'd say it's definitely an 8.5 or a 9. I think that's what I gave Zero to. I mean, they're both good games. Anyway, that's pretty much it. Before I go, I do want to say that I plan on making a small update video about what I'm going to do next, so stick around for that. Thanks for watching, subscribe, comment, all that cool stuff, and yeah, see ya!